50% of women either have no idea or the wrong idea about their body type. And it's no wonder, really, because if you Google the word body type, you will get a gazillion different answers with a gazillion different articles on a gazillion different ways and means and definitions of what body type is. And honestly, they say a bunch of conflicting things. For example, there are over 35 different body types with very small nuances. Here's a quick paragraph on each one so you can figure out what you are. Did you know that body types change as you get older? Oh girl, it doesn't matter if you lose weight or gain weight, like your body type's gonna keep changing. Here's how you figure out what body type you are. Measure these 3 things. No, these 4 things. No, don't measure at all. Just use your hands and put them on different places of your body and then look in a mirror and then that's what your body type is. So if you're a pear, you have really big hips and no boobs. If you're a straight, you have no butt and no boobs. If you are an apple, it means you're overweight. If you're a carrot, it means you look like a linebacker. And really the only body type that you should be is the hourglass. I'll be honest, it's so dang confusing. It really, truly is, and it really doesn't have to be. Learning your body type and how to optimally dress it is foundational for building a wardrobe that you truly adore. You want a wardrobe that looks better on you than it does on the hanger. So in this episode of the Adore Your Wardrobe show, I'm going to break down why dressing for your body type is so important. I'm going to give you some myths about body types and some misconceptions. And finally, I'm going to show you how you can figure out your body type with 3 simple measurements and my body type calculator that is linked below. Hey everybody and welcome. It is Kelly Snyder from Adore Your Wardrobe. And if this is the first time that you have watched an episode, I want to say welcome. I run an online fashion education program called Adore Your Wardrobe for the last 8 years, which is kind of always a little crazy to me when I think about that. And it has helped thousands of women demystify fashion through body symmetry formulas that are based in math and science. In my program, I break down the math of putting a great outfit together. But this video is so important to me and I'm so excited because I'm going to take one of my program's foundational topics, which is understanding your body type, and I'm going to break it down for you today. Okay, let's get started with understanding what body types really are. So, how many body types do you think there are in fashion? Anybody got a guess? This may shock you, but there are only 5 main body types in fashion. For sure, if you want to go to Dr. Google right now and type in the word body type, I'm pretty sure that you can find a gazillion definitions. Some even say they're up to 35 different body types. But in my own research, what I found is that they are just slight variations to the core 5. This is why it gets confusing, friends. Seriously, 35 body types? Who would have put an article like that together? A man? There are 5 body types inside of Adore Your Wardrobe, and we use the most common names for them. Apple, carrot, sometimes you may have heard this called an inverted triangle. Curvy, sometimes you might have heard this called an hourglass. Pear, sometimes you might have heard this called a triangle. And finally, straight, and sometimes you might have heard this called a rectangle. But in order to figure out your body type, you got to do the math. Okay, so body types are determined by specific measurements, and they are your bust, your waist, and your hips, and then their relationship to each other. Okay, the easiest way to do your measurements is with a fabric tape measure and a buddy. If you don't have a fabric tape measure, that's okay. A piece of string will work too, something that you can lay flat afterwards and then use a ruler in order to do your measurements. And I know that not everybody has a buddy. So if you don't have a buddy, make sure that you're doing your measurements in front of a mirror to make sure that you're holding your fabric tape measure straight. Now, ideally, you're gonna do your measurements in your bra and your panties. I know nobody likes doing this. I don't like doing it either, but we don't want to have our fabric of our clothes interfere with our measurements. Also, make sure you're wearing your best bra. You want the girls to be front and center. So don't wear an athletic bra because that's just going to give you a uniboob. And don't wear a bralette because it's not enough support and your boobs are going to look like saggy baggy elephants when you're trying to do measurements. Also, in order to get a good measurement, make sure your fabric tape measure or your piece of string is level to the front and back. You don't want it looping down on your back or looping down in the front. You want it to feel snug against your skin. I'm going to show you how to do measurements in a tank and some leggings because nobody on YouTube really needs to see me doing this in my bra and undies. All right, guys, step 1. This is going to be your bust measurement. You're going to take the fabric tape measure and you're going to wrap it all the way around your body at the fullest part of your bust. And that is usually right at the nipple, okay? Again, make sure that it is snug against your skin. And make sure that it is level, again, not sagging or going lower or higher, so you get a great measurement. All right, guys, step 2, your waist measurement. If you don't have a buddy, look in the mirror for the most narrowest part of your torso. For me, this is going to be right underneath my breasts. But for others, it may be right at the belly button, or it might be before the belly button or after the belly button. There isn't a right or wrong place for the narrowest point. It's going to be specific to your body. Now, the mirror is a great way to look for it and figure it out, but if you have a buddy, that's even better because they're going to be able to look at you and figure it out as well. Once you figure out your narrowest point, go ahead and wrap the fabric tape measure around your body at that point to get the measurement. And then finally, take the measurement of your hips. So again, if you have a buddy, let them look at you and find the widest point on your hips. Or if you're doing this by yourself, look in the mirror for the widest point. Again, this is going to be specific to your body. This could be anywhere from the top of your hip bone to the middle of your thighs. Once you have determined the widest point, wrap the fabric tape measure around your body at that point to get the measurement. Okay, once you are all done, take all 3 of those measurements and enter them into our proprietary body type calculator. Again, it is linked below in the caption, and it will let you know what your body type is. All right, I want to talk about a few misconceptions about body types. First, I know measurements can be a trigger for some people. And if that's you, I want to promise you that these measurements are only used as a data point. We use them as a data point so we can see the relationship of those numbers to each other. So take the emotion out of it and realize that they're just numbers. They don't show the worth of you. They don't show how important you are. They don't show how healthy or unhealthy you are. They really are just numbers. And again, we are looking at those numbers and the relationship of those numbers to each other. And the reason they're just data points, guys, is because body types come in many sizes. You can be a skinny apple. You can be a plus size straight. You can be a petite pear. You can have boobs and be an apple or a carrot or a curvy or a straight or a pear. The true science of body typing is having these 3 data points and seeing how they relate to one another. No data point is more or less important than another. So again, just let the emotion go, just let the numbers be what they are, and that's just numbers. Next, there is no right or wrong body type. On this one, I just got to call it like it is. Media blows. It blows. And for years, we have been told that there are right and wrong body types, that they have been placed in certain categories where these ones are the right ones and these ones are the wrong ones. And what I hate about that is that they have these overgeneralized characteristics or overgeneralized descriptions to go with them, right? So like a good is considered a straight or a carrot because they are thought to be thin. And a bad is an apple or a pear because they are thought to be overweight. And the best body type that you could be, well, that's an hourglass. And what I want you to know is that they are all wrong. There is no right or wrong body type. There is only a right or wrong way of dressing it. Next misconception, you can't be 2 different body types, no matter how hard you try. So you can't be a curvy pear, or you can't be a curvy straight, or you can't be an apple straight. You are only one body type. And get ready, because I'm going to blow your mind with this next misconception. You were born with your body type. regardless if you gained 15 pounds or lost 15 pounds, you would still be that body type. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Kel, there's no way. There is no way if I gain 15 or lose 15 that I'm going to be the same body type. But I'm here to tell you it's true. And the reason is because we lose and gain in totality, right? Like when you gain 15 pounds, you just don't gain it all in your thighs. You may feel like that, but you don't. You end up gaining some in your tummy, and you gain some in your boobs, and you gain some in your back. Again, and if you lose 15 pounds, while we would love to say we lose them in our trouble areas all immediately, we don't. We lose in increments all over. So we lose a little bit in our thighs, and a little bit in our tummy, and a little bit in our boobs. So again, regardless if you gain or lose weight because of the relationship of those 3 data points, you will always be the same body type. Now, you may be a different size, because let's be honest, you lose 15 pounds or gain 15 pounds, you might go up or down a size. And your clothes may fit a little bit differently, right? But your body type is different than fit, and it will remain the same, again, because we gain and lose everywhere. Next misconception. People always say, well, wait a minute, shouldn't we measure our shoulders instead of the bust? I see a lot of calculators that do that. I want to do that instead. Yeah, I've seen those people too. And I want to tell you, heart to heart, woman to woman, that the reason that they allow you to either measure your shoulders or your bust is because they're hedging their bets. They do it because they want you to be able to pick and choose whatever body type you want to be. They don't want you to feel bad about what your body type is. So they allow you to either measure your shoulders or your bust so you can put in different measurements so that you can manipulate the system to become the body type that you want to be. And when I see people doing this, when I see influencers doing it or online articles, what that tells me is that they too believe that there are good and bad body types. And inside of Adore Your Wardrobe, we don't measure shoulders for a couple of reasons. The first is that your shoulder measurement is never really going to change if you gain or lose weight. It might change a little bit if you start working out. Yeah, maybe you might see a little bit of an incremental difference if you gain or lose weight. But overall, your shoulders are bone structure and they don't change. So if you used a shoulder measurement and then gained 15 pounds and say you gained it in your bust and your belly and your thighs, but you measured your shoulders, you could end up changing what body type you were based upon if you gain or lose weight. So not only is it wrong to measure for shoulders, but it's actually more confusing. But the more significant reason why we do not include shoulders in our measurement is that we are trying to create horizontal balance based against the standard in women's fashion. And that, my friends, is, drumroll please, the hourglass. Ah, the hourglass. Right or wrong, the hourglass is the standard of women's fashion. And we are actually trying to achieve the standard of women's fashion by understanding our body types and how to dress them. And the definition of the hourglass in women's fashion is a balanced bust and hips with a defined waist. Essentially, guys, it's a figure 8. Figure 8, figure 8, looks like an hourglass, looks like an hourglass, figure 8, figure 8, looks like an hourglass, looks like an hourglass. Now, I know some of you are naysayers. I know this. I know you're like, girl, I want that shoulder measurement. You're wrong. You're wrong. So I'm going to tell you, you are welcome to look up hourglass and the standard of women's fashion on either Wikipedia or Google or dictionary.com. And they are going to tell you the same thing, that it is a balanced bust and hips with a defined waist. And this, my friends, is why we don't measure for shoulders. When you think about the standard, right? The standard being the figure 8, and you kind of sit back for a moment, you kind of can have a few like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? So it's why corsets and petticoats were so popular for so long. A corset is going to push out your bust, it's going to cinch in your waist, and it's going to push out your booty, right? And why did we do corsets and implants and think that Marilyn Monroe and Ava Gardner were sexy? It's because we were trying to achieve the hourglass figure. Here's the thing that I desperately want you guys to know is that all celebrities and professional stylists know about body types and use them when dressing to impress. These stylists and celebrities understand how to create an illusion of an hourglass where there isn't one naturally. Like, do you ever wonder why you see a celebrity look like $1 million on the red carpet or at a press event and then they look homeless when they're just walking the streets of New York with their Starbucks cup? Now, not just because they're lazy, but because their stylist knows their body type and knows how to use the knowledge of their body type to pick out outfits that will showcase their body's strengths and minimize other areas. They use body types, they use illusion of balance goals, they use dressing for those body types because it works. And honestly, you guys should have that knowledge too. It should not just be meant for the celebrities and the professional stylists. Women like us who are getting ready, going to work, going to volunteer, spending time with friends, deserve to look as amazing in our clothes as those celebrities or the ones that have the professional stylists. And my desire for you guys to have that knowledge is the reason why I am giving you the body type calculator. Okay, so are you ready to learn your body type and take the first step in creating a wardrobe that you truly adore? Remember, we want to create a wardrobe that looks as good or better on you than it does on the hanger. And the first step that you need to take is understanding your body type. I have made it as easy as possible. All you have to do is take your 3 measurements, follow earlier in the video, it will tell you exactly what to do. Then write those measurements down. Then click the link below in the caption section, enter all 3 of those measurements in, and I will send you not only your body type, but I'll also send you some more information about how to achieve balance with it. Okay, guys, you can do this. I know it's hard. No one likes to get naked. No one wants to stand in front of the mirror in their bra and panties with a tape measure, but you can do hard things. And I promise you, those numbers that you are getting from your measurements do not define you at all. They are only data points. So again, treat them as data points, just treat them as numbers, take the emotion out of it. And I promise you, understanding your body type once you put those measurements in, starting the process to seeing how you can create balance in it, seeing how you can put together outfits that highlight your strengths and minimize other areas, truly allows you to become an educated, empowered, confident, not only person that puts outfits together, but also someone that is educated and empowered and confident in the way they shop and is empowered and confident and educated in how they feel in their clothes. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and God bless. And if you're looking for a little bit more information about your own body type, once you put those measurements into the calculator, make sure to watch the videos over here. I'm going to break out each individual body type, give you some more information of its illusion of balance goal and how to achieve balance, and then also give you some tips in order to dress it the best way possible. Don't miss out. Watch those videos over here.